Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Leeds Rhinos versus Catalan Dragons. We'll show you the lineups in about a minute or so. I'm just doing stuff at lastminute.com because we had 2 minutes silence, everything else, so I thought it was right thing to wait to that. So guys, get voting in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? It's 50-50, Catalan Dragons versus Leeds Rhinos. And officially the game is underway. Leeds Rhinos versus Catalan Dragons. Hopefully Leeds Rhinos can bring the wing home. Or in my words, hopefully. But oh no, they're wearing the pink shirt. Oh no. I don't even like that shirt. It looks ghastly and horrible. It's like for me on FIFA when I pick shirts out on career mode. I do it because I like the design and I think it goes right and I think it looks good. This doesn't. If they were to have worn the yellow shirt you did for Rob Burrows, I would say, yeah, that's the best shirt you've had, because that stands out and it's more of a seller. I think that's one of the best rugby shirts I've seen in a while. And the lineup, folks, I'll give you that now. This is your lineup for Catalan Dragons tonight. And here is your Leeds Rhinos lineup, folks. Still hoping that he will get a chance, but somebody is going to exit the playoffs tonight. And one side is going to progress to next weekend's semi-finals. And the Catalan Dragons supporters out in good number at the Brutus tonight. Their side in possession. There is Leeds-born Michael McAlorum. Wow! I didn't even know that one player for Catalan is actually from Leeds. Ash Hanley, another absentee for Leeds, and they will miss his ball return. Surprised he's not. I'm surprised he's not played for you. Coming away from the backfield, also the tries that he scores, along with Harry Newman, top try scorer for the Rhinos this year, Ash Hanley. So everybody's going to have to hold their hand up, and players like Liam Tyndall are going to have to pick up that slack. It's a right good kick, son. Briscoe, as that ball moved across the field, Briscoe was left on his haunches, I think. Here is Matt Pryor, 2 times grand final winner from his NRL days. I bet you wouldn't be happy if it was Milo doing it. Leeds launch the ball downfield. That's another good kick as well. You don't like him? The Leeds Rhinos play Costins can really connect with the first two, not making many meters in possession. But if you've got a good kick, and also the other guy you don't like, is playing Dylan Naffer. The guy who likes using his elbow. Yeah. Here we go. Who do you guys think is going to win? It's now at 67% Leeds Rhinos, 33% Catalan Dragons. Joe Chen. Yeah, because he's going to NRL for next season. Might have been a chance. The first kick from Pearce is launched. Well claimed by Tyndall. Beg your pardon. By Richie Myler. Back on familiar territory. For most of the game against Penrith, you were literally toe to toe with them. There's also a fair bit of experience in there, isn't there? You just makes his 16th playoff appearance this evening. There was plenty of experience the other side of that park as well. You look no further than Mitchell Pearce for that. He's played a lot of high-end games in his career in the NRL. Guys, put questions in the chat, like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Some question marks about Austin's fitness going into this game, but Leeds countering and...
Oh, he's on the speed. He's on the rails. He's got it on the money. He's got it on the money. Fuck you, you French bastard. And he's saying he's lost the ball? No way.
It was a wonderful pick-up from Zach Hardacre. What vision when the break is made. A nice pass by Blake Austin. Fast hands from James Bentley. And he sees out the corner of his eye Richie Myler. Zach Hardacre in support. Can't find him.
He should have run a lot quicker.
Beautiful kick, and at the end of it there's a mistake.
You were talking about Richie Myler, having plenty of experience on this park. I mean, he's potentially the point of difference for the Leeds Rhinos tonight. I think he's had another very, very solid season for Leeds. He's a try scorer, but he's one of the game's best support runners. We saw the first glimpse of that there.
Joe Chan. Jackie Chan. Oh! Oh! That was a bit brutal.
On Joe Chan. The Chan brothers getting a bit of a reputation. We saw Jackie Chan last week against Wigan and didn't hold back. It won quite a
What? Someone said they saw Jackie Chan?
Very much playing in his dad's image. Remember Alex playing? He was no nonsense customer as well, wasn't he?
Tyndall, the ball's gone backwards off his boot, so he's retreating towards his own 10-metre line.
That's a great kick from the Catalan Dragons.
Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan move.
Lost a valuable second or two. And then the defenders are up in his face.
Tom Briscoe, Jared O'Connor.
Once upon a time.
Ledsky now, ever present this season for Leeds. Their only dream team pick this year. Fully deserved.
He's had a phenomenal year, hasn't he?
Myler once more, Hardacre. Here is Briscoe. Briscoe puts the brakes on, slips. Langy finishes off the job. The Leeds starting promisingly and looking fluent. Pryor gets the pass away.
Joe Chen.
Nice work from Leeds going forward. Caesar it is. Fifth tackle. O'Connor. They're running the ball. Here's Sutcliffe keeping it.
I know, I'm just looking at stuff quickly.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. They've shown the willingness, haven't they, to move the ball. We've seen an awful lot of this. We've seen more of this since Jordan Smith took over. That interplay between the forwards pre-line. It builds confidence.
Oh!
Defense. No one's committing there from the Catalan Dragons defence. They're making their way to edges and they're finishing sets in great areas of the field at the moment.
And it's offloads as well. It's not just pre-line stuff. It's often the difference between a good and a bad offload is the support runner and their commitment to it.
They're doing all right, but they just need to be careful.
Sidia plays the ball. Here is Fuad Yaha, who's been in great form lately. 5 tries in 3 games against Leeds this year. Samasoni Langi. 4 tackles gone.
You don't like him?
Doing the tackling there. Here is Ben Garcia, Catalan captain, who led the side in.
Is there another player was best on the pitch? Now he's saying this one's best on the pitch.
On the last, and Mitchell Pearce launches
Okay.
that one skywards. Tyndall is underneath it and safely underneath it.
All the kicks are being aimed to this left corner. The Catalan Dragons in their kick attack.
It's the second time I've seen Tyndall do that. I think, look, next time that ball comes to his corner, he's got to try and open that pitch up a little bit for the rest of his players. It's a strong carry from Sutcliffe that's got him out of jail, but try and get to the middle of the park. They're trying to pin them in the corner and narrow up that defensive line, the Dragons.
The Leeds have had the better
Because they don't know where gaps are.
created a couple of openings. Zach Hardacre very close had it not been for Fuad Yaha's tackle. Cameron Smith. Is Caesar now. Caesar again. They're going to the left edge. And a high tackle says.
Oh no! You got James Charles.
Lots of ball movement. Lots of width. Staying away from the big men. We talked about the
Oh no! Yep.
for the Catalan
I am not cursing you, but you ain't. You gotta hope you don't go to video ref because you ain't gonna get anything.
So the first penalty of the game goes to Leeds and gives them good field position.
You're screwed over again. You got Ben Fowler as a video ref. Ben Fowler's video ref.
Looking to strike first. Matt Pryor playing the ball. Jared O'Connor.
That's all you need.
Caesar. Tompkins trying to hound him down. Caesar rides the challenge.
Hopefully you can get a proper try and it doesn't get denied by Ben Fowler shite.
Jared O'Connor, Cameron Smith now, and here is Matt Pryor once more. Pryor to Austin. Austin. Bentley cuts.
The other game tomorrow is being done by Robert Hicks.
Myler coming steaming onto that ball bravely as well, right into the heart of the Catalan defence, and Leeds threatening.
Go on. Go on. Oh, you just literally gave him the ball thing. Alright, I'll go and pass you that ball. He's not wearing pink. Yeah. I think it's still annoying now. You think I'll pass it to White. He's not wearing pink. He's wearing white. Yeah, because I said, why on earth is he passing to a white player when he's not wearing pink?
He's sprinting from edge to edge.
Sam Tompkins out for the last couple of games, of course, been nursing a knee problem, and they have been nursing Sam Tompkins. They needed him tonight.
That pitch looks awful.
Juggling with the ball and then winding up to run it back towards the Catalan Dragons ranks. Napper and Garcia with the tackle in there.
Don't let Napper get anywhere near you. He might use his arm to hit you.
Austin. Zach Hardacre. Samusoni Lange eventually gets
Big Mick. What then?
Austin tries to trick the Catalan defence with a change of direction. Bentley is then tackled. Here is Hardacre. Hardacre keeps it alive to Aledzki.
Is it going to video ref?
It's Jared O'Connor now. O'Connor, Caesar a little step.
Yep. And VAR is Ben Fowler.
Has Aidan Caesar got that ball down? First call for the video ref, who is Ben Fowler.
It should be. Here we go. We try to put the ball down, folks. We're just going to wait to see if the try is given.
In July, has he got one the first of the game here tonight?
No try. Can we please check all available angles, please, for a double movement?
Oh, they're checking for a double movement.
Full split, please. Everybody, please see the same angle.
If he doesn't give it because it's a double movement, then that's shocking. Because how was he meant to do anything when he's literally on his back?
So it just needs to be with it where he has the ball. Caesar has the ball. The last part. And we get this down.
There's nothing wrong in it whatsoever. Yes, he's put it down properly. Give the try, Ben Fowler, you twat.
If we have another angle, please. I need to see another angle.
If you don't give it, then it shows that he doesn't like Leeds and he doesn't want you to win.
If we could have camera 6 slow. I need to ensure the ball does hit the ground, please.
Yeah, but the arm on the ground is the arm without the ball.
This angle I cannot see if the ball carrying arm does definitely hit the ground. If we keep going on this. And if we go back on that one.
Oh my God. He's literally trying to find any excuse to not give it. You can tell it. You can tell it's trying to find one bit of evidence that he can't give it.
It needs to go back slightly. Back slightly. The grounding is not the issue. The question we have here is if the ball carrying arm touches the ground prior. Keep going back. Keep working.
Oh, so if the arm touches the ground, so it's not going to be given. So bollocks, ref.
Forward, please.
If this referee doesn't give it, then it shows that there's biasness against Leeds.
Thank you. I'm happy I've seen all the available angles I need now.
Yeah, but you can't see if the ball touches the ground or not. You can't see it from any angle.
Ben Fowler having a long look at that Caesar effort, and close analysis of it shows that it was a double movement.
So how can that be a double move? How can it be a double movement when he's literally on top of someone, literally on his back?
When I watched it full speed, I thought it was a try. I wasn't sure.
How is that a double movement? He's going to have to move his body to even score that try in the first place. Because if he doesn't move, the try will never happen.
For me, the whole double movement thing needs to be looked at. So there's a difference
Yep.
there between promoting the ball and moving as part.
There's a commentator that's actually making sense.
He's gone from full flight, chopped down
He's making
by
sense.
Tompkins. The ball has touched the floor. The ball carried arm, I suppose.
The commentator's even saying they need to get double movement thing in rugby changed.
Would suggest that he's going to hit the ground. The ball is going to.
Because if that's going to be the case, it means a lot of tries are going to get stopped even if you're just moving like what's just happened.
Currently, he's not allowed to promote that.
Oh, and now it's who started this?
Big tackle from the Rhinos, and Mike McMeekin, who's coming back off 11 weeks.
Good challenge.
Some early touches.
Because I just can't stand any French team in any sport. They can do one, an absolute swindle.
Long time to be out. He's not quite got the grip of the ball that he needs. Regathers it, and
Yeah, there's nothing bad.
slammed and manhandled.
There's nothing really bad intentions on what he did. It's just the reactions of the Catalan players, which I don't like.
Glee and celebrating somebody's error that gets players wound up.
There isn't too much wrong with it.
Because this ref is blind. Even Stevie Wonder saw that's a trial back. Actually, is brilliant. The referee does look like Stevie Wonder if you couldn't see that.
There has been a stop-start beginning to this contest. Mike McMeekin has been pulled out by the referee, so is Cam Smith.
Appreciate the game, all right? I made a decision. You can let go of the ball. You don't need to go rushing back. Don't react. Okay. It's a scrum, mate. It's a knock-on. It's a scrum. No, it's not, mate.
Well,
Knock-on.
knock-on is the eventual conclusion of James Chant. Leeds will get possession back.
This is an area to field.
What? Someone said see you too. What's that?
We've seen Huddersfield really exploit the set restart.
You definitely don't like Ben Faylor, you don't.
Pack that scrum down. Midfield chosen by the Rhinos. Let's see what they've got up the sleeve.
Lock in. Tight than that. Arms around. Jared, please. Arms around. Just wait, mate. Wait. Arms around, please. Arms around your second look.
It's not right.
Arms
I
around
know
your
that.
second look.
That's a bad decision, is what that is.
Ball in.
So Leeds heavy feed at this scrum. I think Cam Smith and Mike McMeekin have settled their differences as they crack down that scrum. And my boss looking on from the sidelines of Catalan again are under pressure. They have been really since this game got going. We've had 13 minutes and it's all been spent on this
Leeds are showing promise.
side of the field, this right side of the screen.
Strong carry from Mikulenski to start the set as well.
Six again, says referee James Child. It is all Leeds. Surely they're going to make it count at some point.
They need to, because if they don't, it gives all these Catalans a chance.
Gannon. And Catalan Dragons again back on their own try line. Defending here. Cameron Smith. Caesar. Blake Austin now. Austin on the pass.
Oh my God, they couldn't even pass 2 inches. What a bunch of donuts.
That was the sort of thing they were coming up against against the Cassavant Tigers last time out. Austin taking matters into his own hands. 3 tackles gone though.
Go 3.
Still inside that Catalan 10. Back they come towards the centre of the field. Ledsky it is. Driving again, those legs pumping. He's going to be such a...
He said put it on. He said put it on screen. Can't do that due to copyright.
Shan with the tackle on Pryor. O'Connor. Here is Caesar. Oh, that was high on Caesar by Dylan Napper, I think it was.
Dylan Napper, you don't like him.
On the half-backs taking the defenders on. We've seen a couple of times already. Caesar and Austin just step up their respective...
Oh, they're making me wince.
Well, he's on one knee.
Oh.
Caesar by the time, yeah, semi-penalty
It's a
sufficient.
penalty. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, good decision. I do think Aiden Caesar and Blake Austin, if there's a criticism of them, it's overplaying at times. I mean, we know the runners of the ball, but you know this game doesn't need to be run inside 15 minutes.
And you mentioned it, Bill, they were horrible last weekend for large parts of that game. Almost 20 mistakes made by the Rhinos in the total game. And a big chunk of them...
Leeds, are you going to score anytime soon?
...passes of the ball with a high skill level.
Well, they've got an opportunity now to be the best. Here is Caesar. 3 tackles gone. Sutcliffe plays the ball. O'Connor having a tilt at the line. McIlaurin with a crucial intervention. So Pryor steps in. And
Oh my God! What was he trying to do there? What are you throwing up in the air?
Hardacre, a weaving run. But
And it literally went to no one.
tackle. McMeekin in there. And Gunamons. Here's Austin. Here is Bentley.
Go on!
Bentley
Oh, you
tries to
twat!
and
Twat!
he is tackled just a couple of metres away. But again, Leeds ending the set in a great position. If you're not going to get over the line, that's as near as.
Look,
People, you've got to learn. I can't do it due to copyright. If I do, the stream gets taken down. You can watch. I even put on. You can watch it, the game, on Sky Sports Radio. It said not if you put it on with a photo on the video. It's still classed as copy. It's still classed as copyright because I don't own the rights to the coverage.
Show a little patience. Catalans Dragons are not at the races yet.
No, and they've got their work cut out here to try and make some distance away from their own try line. They haven't been in the best of shape, the Catalans Dragons. They've lost 4 of their last 7 games. Compare that.
Come on.
Who've won 7 of them.
Do not let these French kids win.
In that run was at the hands of the Catalan Dragons in a game where we saw, certainly for the first half, the Catalan Dragons of last season, the side that got to the grand final. We haven't really seen that this
No,
year.
but I think reading between the lines, Bill, and some of the noise that Steve McNamara is making is I've learned from last year. We got through to the grand final, didn't get the win at the end, and managing his players, giving them the right rest, the right game time. He's put a strategic plan in place. We'll see if it works.
Here is Ben Garcia. Tyrone may prefer to Josh Drinkwater in this Catalan Dragons side once again tonight. Drinkwater very much on the outer. He was the only senior player selected for the side against Wigan last week. Hardacre getting some attention as Catalan Dragons for the first.
Wow, it looks like someone's down injured for you.
Minutes going to look at the Leeds line. Here is Pearce now. Pearce, short ball.
Great tackle.
Just short.
Oh, and he's dropped it.
No, Seguier has come up with the error.
Well, a great tackle from Leeds. I think it's Cameron Smith who's desperately trying to stop the big fella.
Way!
He thinks he's open. He thinks he's going under the H.
That's good.
And like you said,
Georgian Wizard named the Serie A Player of the Month for August. Well done.
there were 12 men in that defensive line.
Do-do-do-do.
Well, Catalan with their first real attempt to crack the Leeds defence, coming close, but Paul Seguier it was, looking for his first try of the campaign. Denied.
Come on, do something.
Bristol and Napper again in with them.
That Napper does not deserve to play rugby. That guy is basically a thug and just goes out to hurt people.
He's right on the very edge of right and wrong. He's doing that, but he's made a career.
He's a thug. He's a thug.
Too many games suspended this year. Wow, that's a strong.
You know in life, if you did that in
To see what the
just out and about, you'll be literally getting done by the police and you'll be in prison because you're seriously harming someone's life.
Debut at St Helens. He's been suspended for 9 games this season.
Slow down on this one, it's slow.
Well, look, there's an attempt to wrap. It's an attempted tackle. It's just high.
Is it too high?
Well, it's right, yeah, look, so ultimately the referees here are looking at the point of contact. If the point of contact is shoulder, chest, we're fine. If the point of contact is any higher than that, then Dylan Napper could be in trouble.
Bear with me a minute till I get one for you.
Still having a look at it, Ben Thaler.
I haven't got another replay.
Steve McNamara waiting for the outcome of this
Dylan, come here, mate.
conflab between match officials, and then Dylan Napper is summoned by referee James Childs.
I'm glad it's not me doing that, because if it was me, I'd be sending him off, because it's 3 times he's done that.
But you need to make sure you're more controlled in that area. Okay?
He's a lucky lad.
That's 3-1.
I think it's really sensible refereeing. Really smart refereeing.
So it's oh, yep, you can definitely tell he's against Leeds. He's just James Childs, because he's let Dylan Napper get away with it 3 times in a row. So does he want someone from Leeds to get seriously injured?
So Leeds with the penalty.
Could you put dirty Catalans, so I went. You put dirty Catalans, so I went French. You know what?
Without gaining forward momentum. Trying to
'Cause that's what they are.
to the edge.
Go to.
Quarter of the game gone. 0-0. Leeds having the better of it so far. Jared
And that Dylan Napper is one too.
O'Connor
See you at
once more.
see you next Tuesday, Dylan Napper. Because you're a disgrace to the sport, because you like to go and hurt people and injure them.
The best tackling performance by a
And I hate players who play certain sports that just want to play it just to hurt people.
makers as well. And here comes Caesar.
They shouldn't be allowed to play the sport.
One into a bit of space, but very well claimed by Dylan Napper of all people.
Nope. If that was me, I would be going in and I'll be using my elbow and my arm against him. See how he feels like it. Dylan Napper shite. Get a taste of your own medicine.
Catalan Dragons. The possession has been weighted towards the rhinos. They've spent all the time.
Oh yeah, but if a Rhinos player did that, they'll be getting sent off or to the sin bin because the referee doesn't like them.
We'll get them.
Now then, here's Gil Dutson looking for a big game on his final appearance at the Stade.
Because the referee's a
He'll
prick.
be a Warrington player next season, as will Sam Cassiano. So the two of them want to
Yep,
start here.
Cassiano going to Warrington. The club that can't seem to buy a win in a knocking shop.
Calorum. Pierce. Another high kick and another challenge for Tyndall, and Tyndall is claimed by Dean Farey.
Dylan Napper.
From Dean Farey. Well, the action will
I'm just getting afraid now every time he goes in for a challenge if it's going to be worse than the last.
the second instalment of the playoff series. And the game going ahead after consultation between the Department for Culture, Media and Sport and various other officials.
Well, Morgan Gannon's been folded in two there by Joe Chan on that right edge. And
Joe Chan?
I think it was. What a tackle.
Joe Chan.
Really, just stunted any kind of momentum that the Leeds Rhinos have got. The Dragons have woken. The Dragons have woken up.
Yep.
Like they've changed gear, doesn't it? The moment we said
Do-do-do-do.
haven't quite got into the game, the intensity's just lifted.
You can understand him being frustrated because it was the Catalans player who basically pushed him first.
Goes downfield and bounces nicely into the arms of Fuad Yaha.
Lots of players losing their footing, aren't they? When they're catching balls, when they're attempting tackles. Might see a slip. Play a part somewhere along the line.
But it's been pretty good in Perpignan. Temperature is still in the, or was in the mid-20s the end of the day.
The surface does look to be cutting up a little bit though, doesn't it?
Play on the shoulders, turn
And
3.
Davis playing the ball and McIlaurin.
Come on the 10, hold. Go for.
Here's Dudson now. Dudson, Tyrone May, Sam Tompkins. Tompkins Leeds will be keeping an eye on Fuad Yaha because he has been in such great form. But here is Gudemont. Gudemont
Dylan Napper's gone off.
tackled just a couple of metres away from the line. McIlaurin gets the pass away. Bentley right in his face. Garcia with a lovely little kick. And Lange follows up to make sure that Briscoe can't go anywhere.
That's a great kick from the captain, Garcia.
Oh, it's now kicking off again.
I think this might
I bet you Catalans are trying. I bet you Catalans are starting all this
after a fashion.
because they're trying to rile the other team so that their players can get sent off because they're not playing well.
Well, we said it, didn't we, that the Catalan Dragons had lifted the intensity. And there's that beautiful kick from the captain, Garcia.
But the only problem is we can't see what else happens. We can't see what the reason for that them all running over.
match officials.
But it sounds like one of the players is down because of it. Because he wasn't originally down when the first challenge was made before that happened. So it's something to... So one of the players is down. So Catalans have done something. And he goes... Because you can tell he's done it. Who he's done it to, because he's the one who's down on the floor.
There it is. There's Bentley and McAloran. There's a push. There's a bit of push.
That's a disgrace. Why is it no... Why do that? There's literally no need in any sport. Even in football, you shouldn't do that. In any sport, don't do that. Because that's just basically being a dick.
A right arm slap, isn't there, from Bentley?
If he doesn't, and I will say this now, if he doesn't, if none of these send him off, then it shows that these guys need to have a look at and what should be allowed to referee a game. Because they're just allowing they're allowing Catalans to seriously just attack players for no reason. Yellow? It's not a yellow, it's a red. That's a red. Even you said it's a red. So basically, James Child just said, oh, you can go and hit anyone and you won't get sent off for it. But I don't think it's a yellow, I think it's a red.
Well, that's as a consequence of running in and inflaming a situation. Third man in, as you said, Baz.
Catalans Dragons should already be a man down already.
Mitchell Pearce, you can see the official at the top of the screen there, urging Mitchell Pearce to leave the field. He's protesting his innocence. Is that Bentley's forearm is demonstrating that?
Well, I think the referee, James Child, was slightly confused why Big Mick was fronting up to him. Nikolai, for the period of the game while Cruz Lehman is on the bench, he's leading, he's got the skipper's armband. He wanted to understand what had gone on.
So there's an interesting line in there from James Child, the chat that was going on with the captains. Mitchell
I just think Catalans are trying to get a Leeds player sent off.
Again, really smart refereeing.
Can you...
Straight into the arms of Gil Dudson, the welcoming embrace of the big Welshman. Here's Tetivano. Tetivano, a man for such an occasion, as we have seen before.
Hopefully, folks, Leeds Rhinos can get back in, can get a lead in this game, folks. Just put your question in the chat, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
The Catalans Dragons have forced the issue, forced a mistake, and then given a penalty away.
Yeah, well, James Bentley needs to, his captain, whether that is Alensky or Lehman when he comes on, someone needs to grab hold of James Bentley because he's in danger of boiling over. Yeah.
Listen, I can't carry on talking about the control of your players. No, listen, that first tackle there, they fire up. We wanted to fire up too. It's even. You've got to do it, and you've got to try.
He's still young. It's a big responsibility this is for Mikołaj Zalewski, 23 years of age.
He's an outstanding player, Bill, with a huge, I don't want to say potential in the game, because I think he's right in the middle of it. He's not at the early stages of his career, but the captain's armband will bring out a leadership quality that he's got. He carries a big presence physically, but also when he opens his mouth, people listen to him. When he does what he does, don't forget, it was his half break and offload that resulted in the break that led to the try against Castleford last week.
And we could get the first points of the game after nearly half an hour, 25 and a half minutes.
Smart decision from Sam Tompkins as well. Yeah, if he's the one who's made it, I think he is the one who's made the decision to go for two. Look, it just puts a minute 30 between that last fracas and restart of play. And should allow cooler heads, calmer heads to prevail. Because there's a real danger of a really decent game of rugby breaking out here.
So this lowers the temperature a little bit.
And the minute and a half you reference it because Mitchell Pearce is in the sin bin. So it just allows a bit of time, a bit of sand to go down that timer.
Huddersfield, Salford to come tomorrow. The two sides replacing Warrington and Hull from last season's top six. Saints, Wigan, Catalan and Leeds, survivors from last season's playoff series. Huddersfield and Salford replacing Wyre and the Robins. And that game to come tomorrow. And Sam Tompkins, 46 goals to his name this season. And another straightforward one. Gives Catalan the first points of the night after a lot of huffing and puffing.
Yeah, so the offence was an offside offence after all that. It was
remember that.
It was Bentley who was offside. Catalans Dragons post the first points of the game.
2-0 at the moment in favour of Catalan Dragons, folks.
With the start of this, the first 26, 27 minutes of the game, it's certainly the visitors, the Leeds Rhinos. The last
Catalan Dragons, they're playing well, they've had a good game, so Leeds Rhinos, but also Catalan Dragons have been playing very, very, very dirty. Been trying to get Leeds players sent off. Leeds, Catalan should have at least had 2 men sent off. They've been playing dirty, doing in very extremely high tackles, which have been a disgrace.
Tickling players. Lights out. Alevski signalling on. Lights out Morgan Gannon.
Oh my God, he's knocked out. Leeds player knocked out. Oh no. Oh no.
How do you stop somebody as colossal as Sam Cassiano? You certainly can't do it on your own, can you? Brave and courageous, but you can see he's starched him, arms up, thinks he's still in the action of tackling.
That's a bad one because there's a ricochet, there's a whiplash there off the tackle into one of his own players.
He's back on his feet, as Morgan Gannon.
It's a really, really heavy contact. Is that illegal for sure?
One of the Young Player of the Year nominees, Morgan Gannon, an outstanding season he has had, surely. And there's blood on the nose as well, he's surely.
That was a mental challenge.
Take him onto the sideline and take a look at him. He's had a few knocks, hasn't he?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the brightest talents
With whiplash.
in Super League, and all this and all the new medical procedures, the head procedures,
Catalan shouldn't even be leading.
they're all designed to ensure that Morgan Gang can still be an excellent player and an improving player in the months and years to come.
I'm going to answer my own question with Sam Cassiano. How do you stop him? You get him before he generates the momentum, but it's virtually impossible from a kick-off or a drop-out. And of course, his brother at Warrington is causing headlines and attraction from other teams in Super League, so he's done okay, Big Jim.
Isaac, in fact, to say potential sometimes undersells a young player because he's realised an awful lot of that potential already, and from the stuff I hear from inside the Leeds Rhinos camp is a really mature head on young shoulders as well.
So you can just see Cannon being led around the pitch just at the edge of the picture there. He'll go for his head injury assessment and can't believe that he'd be able to return after such a thumping collision. Goes Catalan down to 12, Mitchell Pearce off the field. And just the 2 points in it. Here is Gil Dudson. Tell you what, Warrington fans will be rubbing their hands if Sam Cassiano's lining up for them next
He'll
season.
have some size in that pack next year.
They will, because there's other recruits as well, isn't it?
Paul Vaughan.
Yeah. On the last, and the kick from Sam Tompkins. His 20th playoff game for Sam Tompkins. Liam Tyndall returning that ball, making his playoff debut. Sam Tompkins, 20 playoff games. Liam Tyndall in his first. And in the really red-hot atmosphere of the Stade Gilbert Brutus in front of a baying French crowd. Here is Liam Sutcliffe, another player who'll be hoping not to bow out with a defeat. Of course, he's going to be joining Hull FC next year, is Sutcliffe. Here is Caesar. Got that dramatic late try to settle the game against the Catalans Tigers last week. There's a Catalan player in trouble, far side of the field. Is it Chan?
I think so. I think the big man, Cassiano, ends up hitting his own player.
So we've got 11 players.
Oh, you jammy little git! Leeds Rhinos nearly scored.
To run it on the last tackle. Looking for
We end up
behind.
shivering dropping it.
Ends up in the hands of Nikolai Aletsky, you're right.
And Joe Chen is down.
Chan that felt the full force of his teammate Cassiano.
That Cassiano looks like a big unit.
Subs has made a huge impact.
Because he's also done his own teammate in. And he's also clattered into one and clattered into a Rhinos player. He likes clattering into players and knocking them clean out.
That's what you want from the bench, big impact. I don't think the Leeds Rhinos can compete with him in that middle third of the field. They need to get back to winning possession. First of all, get behind that long kicking game. They started the game so well, didn't they? Yeah. And then secondly, that pre-line stuff that's getting them to the edges, getting to the channels. That's what's causing the Dragons so many problems so early on.
If I was the manager, I'd be saying to them, get under their skins and play, and the way that they won't like it, that they'll have to do the same to you. If they're gonna do it, you're doing, do it to them. But knowing James Giles, if you were to do what they're doing, you'd get a Leeds player would get sent off.
And all the players will want to make sure that Joe Chan is okay.
Joe Chan.
Led from the field. Joe Chan is going to get a head injury assessment now. It's a brutal.
And he's going to NRL to go and play for Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, but what you're seeing here is
Chan.
this is the next evolution of the medical provision in this sport.
So they've got a good player on their hands going there.
Frequently we saw it this morning with Mitchell Moses left the field for Parramatta after taking a hit. Looked not dissimilar actually to Morgan Gannon's. You know, this is what, you know, if we're going to protect players, this is what we've got to commit to. This is going to be, you know, this is part and parcel of our sport now.
Tyrone May, the number 20, just in the screen previous. He's been exceptional the last month, 6 weeks. Plays the game at a different pace to everybody else. Doesn't waste any energy, but he's always there for the crucial moments and involvements.
I'm at Meakin playing the ball. Good to see Hampshire's own back in action after his lengthy absence. 11 games he missed with that broken arm, and Leeds penalised offsides.
Stop giving away offside, you get.
They haven't had too many goals down here, the Catalans Dragons, have they?
Nope, he's going to kick for the 2, I think.
Some ill discipline. Not back on side. The referee has blown the whistle.
I think they're going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the tackling. Again, it was offside, and they are. Tompkins is settling for 2. If the Rhinos are going to keep giving them points, then the Dragons are going to take them, aren't they? Mitchell Pearce off the field, the creative player off the field, the heart of that attacking nous.
They need to stop giving penalties away.
If there are points on offer,
Because that's what look like at the moment. It's going to cost you. You're doing too many of them in the last 5 minutes, which looks like they're going to get 4 points from.
Big games. Very rarely are there blowout margins in a game of this magnitude.
But the
27 rounds, both of these teams have been battling away to get into the playoffs, to put themselves into a position to make the most out of this game. Everything at stake for 2022.
please, miss.
5 of the last 6 encounters between the 5th and the 4th have seen the team from 5th defeat the one that finished 4th. And Leeds did it last year, winning 8-0 at Wigan. They've done it twice before as well, 2011 and 2012.
Please, miss. You're French git. Even though you're not French, but you play for a French team, so you're going to be called a French git.
The lower rankings.
I we call them French gits as in the club, so that's why I always hope they don't kick it, so it means they don't get points.
Hang on, 2 more points. Catalan 4-0 ahead. Kick 31 minutes to achieve that.
4-0, so a try. There's only a try in it now for Leeds.
Don't think Sam Tompkins and the Catalan Dragons mind that at all either.
If you can get a try, you're literally back in it.
More or less handled everything the Rhinos have had to throw at them. The weight of possession was in the away team, and they failed to get over the try line. But I do think
Leeds would already be winning if it wasn't for Ben Fowler, who decided not to give a try.
patience, confidence, belief.
So Leeds have got robbed.
Well, we've seen them do that. They did
Yet again by James Childs and Ben Fowler.
Not last time, the time before they played the Dragons.
well over 30 points to 6 down, and they still won it. But last week they played pretty average for about 70 minutes, and then turned it on.
I would go greater than average. I would say they were woeful.
Here is Cassiano looking to wreak havoc once more, but he's run into the considerable bulk of Mikolaj Alexki, who won't be easily budged. Good one now. Tetivano down low to make the tackle on the French international. Here is Tyrone May. McMeekin back into the middle of the field. Jared O'Connor with the tackle. On the last, Tompkins angles the kick. And Myler is underneath it.
Get up the other end.
Here's Tom Briscoe.
This is where they miss Ash Handley. You're talking about he's known for scoring tries, and he's known for some great attacking stuff, but he does an awful lot of grunt work from this area of the field. They do miss that. Briscoe's no slouch, is he? And he's strong, low centre of gravity. But Ash Handley's really raised the bar in that department. Caesar half break.
Caesar sees an opportunity, but Garcia shut the door. Cameron Smith. Nice.
Wow, he's broken. He's broken through like it's easy. Fish and chips with vinegar on top. Because that's why we're British and we're proud, because we like our fish and chips.
They have been threatening that, and this time they have made it count. Again, Myler at the heart of it.
Yep.
Sutcliffe finishing off his 8th try.
There we go. Try for the Rhinos, 4-4.
He's a smart ball handler, isn't it? He finds the centre, Sutcliffe.
With a conversion to come, which will put him in front by 2.
But it came off the back of a really tough carry from Zane Tetivano, who left Gil Dudson on the floor.
I think you said you wanted Aiden Cesar to take it.
Cedar again taking the line on, and just those small
Interesting.
little jabs on the nose of the Catalans.
Is this guy even good at kicking?
It's a well-worked try. And the Leeds Rhinos again just strike. That belief, that confidence in the ability to turn up and support the ball carrier got them the rewards.
Unselfish from Myler.
They're still waiting for a ball to arrive. How long did it take to grab a ball?
As I said earlier, one of the best support players in the league, and has been for many years. Found his position, I think, at fullback now. But it's the area where they started from. If they get to the Catalan Dragons' edges, that channel 10, 15 metres from touch, I don't think the Dragons are half as effective defensively. If you go out,
I'm interested to see how he
I
kicks.
don't think you get much from them. This is a big, well-drilled pack. You move them around a bit, and particularly, as they were down to 12 men, I think Mitchell Pearce has just rejoined the fray. I think those gaps just tend to widen a little bit when they get to the edges. Great work, Leeds.
Hardacre.
There we go. 6-4.
Leeds are in front. 6 points to 4. 2 penalties from Sam Tompkins for the Catalan Dragons. Wonderful try from the Rhinos. Scored by Liam Sutcliffe, a try scorer on this ground in that memorable 36-32 win back in July. Rowan Smith down in the dugouts.
Just talking to Sam Walters.
Secret mole.
Replacement forward. Scored a try in the last meeting between these two teams.
Not a sight you see very often in a rugby league setting. The coach actually sitting in the dugout among his replacements.
He's very clear, very articulate with what he wants from his players, both in the media and in the dressing room, and I think that's why they're benefiting the Leeds Rhinos.
Is James Donaldson. Another one of the battle-hardened campaign as Donaldson, 30 years of age. He's appeared in playoffs before. He's appeared in the £1 million game for Hull Kingston Rovers against Salford in 2016, that memorable one. Here is Tetivano now.
3 tackles on the trot, Sam Cassiano. So a little bit of spot defending. The ball carriers in the pink shirts are running at the big man. He won't be half as effective if he's got to defend. I think that's 4 tackles.
Here's Donaldson bringing it straight back in Cassiano's direction. And Caesar with a big kick. And Tom Davis, I've hardly seen Tom Davis this evening. Catalan, they've certainly been favouring their left edges. Fuad Yaha will testify, because that's where all the tries have come. Two tackles gone. As Dean Fare plays the ball. Here is Fuad Yaha now. Reached 100 tries for the club, with his 2 tries against Leeds last week. Is Samisoni Langi.
Big effort, big tackle. O'Connor, James Bentley.
Cassiano, he's still got some energy, but this time he keeps the ball moving. And here is Tom Davis. Tom Davis gets it away to Tompkins. Tompkins trying to evade the clutches of Cam Smith. And it's Cassiano once more. He winds up and takes it up to the 20-metre line. That's the 5th tackle. Pierce. It's Tyrone May. May, little kick into some space, but nobody chasing it. Garcia belatedly.
Blowing.
But Tyndall is going to return it for the Rhinos.
Does incredibly well, Liam Tyndall. Looked like you were slipping and sliding all over the place. I don't know about that play the ball from Sam Cassiano, by the way. You can see him out the back now, blowing for tugs. He's done a lot of defence.
The word from the sideline in Perpignan is that Morgan Gannon, not surprisingly, has failed his head injury assessment and will not be returning for the Rhinos. Austin with a little break. Austin with more than a little break. He's got some support. Is Myler trying to get some freedom? Myler gets away, looking out on the left-hand edge.
The player that went for the head assessment's not coming back.
And Myler is tackled. Tompkins.
Because he failed. Unlucky.
This first half, the Rhinos looking for back-to-back tries here. They could have it. They could have it, because here's Hardacre. Hardacre, the step.
Go on. Oh, you slipped. You fanny.
And maybe the momentum has gone for the Rhinos there, but on the last kick to come.
Oh, that's a ball. Go, go, go. Oh, he's now put the icing on top of a very big cake. Because the French are going down. There we go. And there's the slice. And we've just sliced through him like a slice of cake. Yeah, because I'm doing all the... Because of what's been happening. Because of all what's happened the last couple of days, I'm using a lot of British humour on this one to make it a bit of a happier thing. That's what I'm doing. Using British humour on that one. Because Victoria Sponge. Very famous cake. And there's a conversion to come. Hopefully. Easy said and done. Another 2 points. Oh, but it might not be given.
Onside is not an issue, so it's just whether there's a knock-on in this process.
There's not a knock-on in that. That is bull. What a bull. Yeah, but who touched it first? Who touched it first? That's the main protocol. It actually touches the Catalan player first. It touches the Catalan players first because Catalan player is actually in front of the front of him.
Unless this angle reveals anything. I mean, look, is there a right hand there from Myler?
No, he doesn't even touch it. He doesn't even touch it. You absolute Ben Taylor shite.
We're not seeing anything here that looks obviously like a knock-on from Richie Myler. And I tell you what an important time to score.
If you look carefully, he goes for it, but the only good thing is because it's the Catalan player's shoulder, it goes over the player.
Really significant score for the Leeds Rhinos.
Thank you. I'm happy. I've seen all available angles, and I have now made my decision.
Thaler's made his decision.
That-
And I'm sure that decision is going to be, it is a second try of the night for Liam Sutcliffe, his 9th of the season. And fully deserved for the Leeds.
There we go. Try. Now we'll see how the conversion goes, folks.
Thus far. And Sutcliffe in the right place at the right time to capitalise on that loose ball. And a small contingent of Rhino supporters have made the journey and they are jubilant.
Yeah, good first 40 minutes from Rowan Smith's men. Started, were prepared to go toe-to-toe. Looking at the stats here, the Catalans Dragons 12 missed tackles.
I bet a lot of people wasn't expecting this result at half time.
Of the game, as the Rhinos started changing direction, changing angle. There was a set in there, and you picked it up as, and it was that set where they targeted Sam Cassiano in defence. He is brilliant with the ball in his hand, is Sam Cassiano, but he's a big man, and repeat efforts are not the forte of big men. And they almost sacrificed the set, didn't they? Sacrificed distance and territory to almost take one man out of the game, and it paid dividends the next set.
So Zach Hardacre with this conversion attempt to give Leeds an impressive half-time advantage, and that fully deserved half-time advantage. Hardacre is on target. Could Leeds be on target for the playoff semi-finals at half-time? It's Catalan 4.
There we go, half time. 12-4 in favour of Leeds. Didn't think I'd be saying that at half time.
Wouldn't it be nice to keep hold of things you know?
What? How on earth has he not got a red card? Oi. We're gonna be the French kids. Fucking hate French kids. Fucking hate the French. Dun 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 dun. So guys, hit the like button. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
The Catalans Dragons open up this elimination playoff game for the Betfred Super League with a couple of Sam Tompkins penalties to give themselves a 4-0 lead. And the Rhinos hit back, and how late a pair of Liam Sutcliffe tries has given them a 12-4 half-time lead. Just to contrast the regular seasons of both of these sides, I'm joined in studio here at the John Smith Stadium in Huddersfield by Phil Clark. Catalan has spent the first 25 of 27 rounds inside the top 6. The Leeds Rhinos spent the first 21 rounds outside the top 6. All of that counts for nothing now because it boils down to the next 40 minutes for both of these teams.
And I think Catalan Dragons need a significant improvement. They're clearly being outplayed. We saw the stats in the half-time break. I think really the attitude and the feeling around this Leeds camp seems as though because they've been able to match Catalan with their aggression and intensity in the middle of the pitch, they've more skill, they've got greater speed, and that lad together, that to me looks like a winning formula.
Both coaches with a little bit of leeway, a bit of play on the bench as well. Arthur Moore hasn't taken part in the game yet. Cruz Leeming, and Sam Walters, I believe, yet to get on the field.
I don't think he's got that chance, has he, Rowan Smith, to do it. I think there's nothing greater in sport than going as an underdog and winning an away game, particularly in the playoffs like this. And for the Leeds fans who've gone over there, they know they've only won one of the last 5 away playoff games. This will be a remarkable achievement and amazing without Ash Handley, Reece Martin, but they've given themselves a perfect opportunity to do that now. 40 minutes in, complete control, dominant, Caesar and Constant in control, looking dangerous. Richie Myers sits at the back. I think there's 5 more points for the Rhinos.
We would then begin to write some stories. His Leeds' 50th Super League playoff appearance, of course. Twice they have won the grand final from 5th place. Here they come for the second 40 minutes. When will we see Cruz Leeming introduced into the fray by coach Rowan Smith? And I wonder, will we see any more of an interaction between the Leeds Rhinos head man and Sam Tompkins, who is bossing things for the Catalan Dragons at the back, who though must inject himself and have further influence on this game. Steve McNamara's side, Phil, they went into this, we described it patchy, their form. They really do need to resurrect their season now. They're going to have to come from behind.
Well, big game players have to produce on the big moments. Mitchell Pearce has arrived in the south of France. He's had a relatively successful season, but it all now counts. He's spent 10 minutes of the first half in the sin bin. In the remaining part of the minutes of this match, he needs to produce the goods. Sam Tompkins pull off an amazing tackle to deny Eden Caesar. I think he's contributed well, but he now needs his main man, Mitchell Pearce, here now to help provide some points. They have to be the ones to score the next points in this game. Otherwise, 2022 for the Dragons, in my opinion, is over.
And 7 months of regular season effort for the Dragons will count for little if they cannot rescue this game. The same for the Leeds Rhinos. It is a knockout game from the Betfred Super League. Week 1 of the playoffs has arrived. Let's get back to your commentary team for this one from the Stade Gilbert Brutus. Standing by are John Wells, Barry McDermott and Bill Arthur.
Thank you, Brian and Phil. And these teams have met 3 times already this season. It is 2-1.
Here we go. Second half's on the getting on the way, folks. Hopefully, over the right team wins.
Leeds and squandered a 30 points to 6 lead to lose 36-32 in extra time in August. And just 11 days ago, Catalan looked mighty impressive, certainly in the first half, building up a 28 points to 6 first half lead. And seeing off
Second half is on the way, folks. 12-4 in favour of Leeds Rhinos.
Of the season between these two, and Leeds are ahead in this one by 12 points to 4. And while you think Steve McNamara must have really got into his side at half-time. Rowan Smith surely would just say more of the same, please.
I agree with Phil Clark. The sentiments he gave at half-time, the physicality that the Rhinos have played in this game, especially when dealing with the middlemen, as well as the smart, intelligent stuff they've
Dealing with the middleman.
They've not even started yet, the Dragons.
Is that the first penalty of the second half? Cameron Smith and Sam Cassiano tangling.
I think it was the big fella, Mikolaj Aledzki, who gets out quick
Leeds need to start giving away penalties.
to stop the momentum. So it's just swinging round, isn't it? Both feet off the floor, that's never a good tackle technique.
And it's cost them a penalty.
First great opportunity for the Catalan Dragons. We want to see more link-up play between Mitchell Pearce and Tyrone May. It's a fledgling partnership. Josh Drinkwater is you know, the long-time ball player here, but good opportunity early doors.
Judson uprooted about 5 metres away from the line. Donaldson was in there down low. Here is Cassiano. That's more good defence. Great work. Bentley in there, putting his shoulder to the wheel. Zane Tetevano as well. But Catalan early on with Tyrone May, and May trying to get to the line. He is tackled.
They're doing wow. They're doing well defensively.
Great start defensively to the second half for the Rhinos. And then Pearce lofts the kick. Dean Farre! Farre gets the try right at the start of the second half for the Catalan Dragons. Pinpoint kick from Mitchell Pearce. And Dean Farre with his second try of the season. And if Steve McNamara was looking for a response from his side at the start of the second half, he's just got it.
Well, they're not just rugby players these days, are they? They're athletes. What about that from Dean Farre? What a response from the Catalan Dragons. The first possession in the 20-metre area of the Leeds Rhinos, and there's your man, Mitchell Pearce. Man brought in to replace Jimmy Maloney. The kick is perfect. The catch is brilliant. The Catalan Dragons on the board. Dean Farre sets this home support wild, and the Catalan Dragons will, within a couple of seconds, will be within 2 points. We've got a game on.
It's an intelligent kick. It's an accurate kick. It's game plan to put it on the head of Aidan Caesar. And Dean Farre, a fierce competitor. He's first to the ball. His technique is good enough. And we've got a ball game on now.
One bit of bad news for the Catalan Dragons is that Joe Chan, like Morgan Gannon, will not be returning. Gannon, failing a head injury assessment, will Chan likewise. After colliding with Sam Cassiano, Sam Tompkins converts. And we've got a 2-point game. Catalan 10, Leeds 12.
Ill discipline from the Rhinos. A high tackle on Sam Cassiano. Hands the opportunity to the home team. And they're too good.
Dean Farre then, the try scorer. Only his second of the season. The other one was scored against St Helens in the impressive victory the Catalan Dragons had in June.
Sorry, but I can't tell you how hard that skill is. They kept leaping, catching, because you've got to open up your ribcage. You've got to open yourself up, make yourself vulnerable. He had eyes for one thing: the football, the opportunity to score a try for the Catalan Dragons. It was superbly executed.
Sammy Soni Lange, here is Fuad Yaha. You get the feeling that Catalan Dragons have come out for the second half, having been given a bit of a rev up by their coach.
Steve McNamara has obviously challenged his players, told them what we've all seen, that they've been out-muscled and out-infused in that first 40.
And they're coming again with Tompkins, and Tompkins to Tom Davis, had to scoop that ball up. And Tyndall and Sutcliffe doing the tackling. Pearce with the kick this time. Myler is comfortable underneath it.
You need to do something, you bunch of pink dicks.
Michael McIlorum comes arriving for the.
If you're not careful, it could run away from you.
Well, this is what they like to do. They like to strangle you down here, keep you deep, put you in the deep water, and watch you try and stay afloat. It's up to big Mikolaj, who again, he can't gain those meters.
And Cassiano appealing that Aledzki has lost that ball in the tackle, but After all that good work, all that aggression, Catalan.
Way!
Well, that's really valuable for the Leeds Rhinos because the
Have that
they
Catalan shite!
score and they score again. They get a sniff that there's a vulnerability in the opposition, and they apply the tourniquet. And I think this is a really timely penalty for the Rhinos. Time to right the ship.
Yeah, because the second half has started with Leeds very much on the back foot. I don't think they've been out there half in the second half, apart from the actual restart. Here is Tetovano now. Grand final winner in 2018, same Tetovano in his Sydney Roosters days. Here is
Sydney Roosters.
Austin to Donaldson. Back to fitness, James Donaldson.
Get a penalty and you can get another 2 points.
He's driven back. And not happy with the tackle. He's turned over. Here is Blake Austin. Bentley confronted by a wall of dragons, and Garcia gets a hold of him. Jared O'Connor. Still no sign of Cruz leaving. Here's Caesar. Caesar with a little kick over the top. Tompkins covers round. Tyndall, Sutcliffe with the chase to make the tackle. Tom Davis now.
Cruz Lehman, you mentioned him. He's the ace up the sleeve of Rowan Smith. Jared O'Connor, what forgot there, 47 minutes on the clock. He's approaching 30 tackles in the game. At some point, he will bring Cruz Lehman on and say, you need to break open this game and give me a game like Brad Dwyer.
Here is Tyrone May, grand final winner last year off the bench with Penrith, with their defeat of South Sydney, hoping to make it back-to-back grand final appearances on either side of the world, but Catalan have got a bit of work to do if that is to happen. Here's Pearce. Dodson being told to keep out the way, he was offside. Myler, time to pick his spots.
He's been one of the best in the pink shirts of the Rhinos. Richie Myler, his support plays, intelligent ball handling, but he can't do it this far downfield.
Here's Briscoe, tackled on his own 20, and Garcia tangling with him.
When you miss somebody like Mitchell Pearce, you miss what he brings to the side, but one of his most important facets of his game is his kick, the meters he makes, the way that tactically he pins teams into the corners, as he is doing here now.
That's the fourth tackle as Sutcliffe plays it. Oh, look at that defence. That was Pearce and McIlorum.
It's a great defensive set. Look where they're kicking from, inside their own 40.
Caesar.
That's not a bad kick.
Downfield. And it's fielded by Fuad Yaha. And now Leeds will look to return the compliment and pin down the Catalan Dragons. Samisoni Langi.
Strong carry. Good carry from Samisoni Langi. Second tackle. And this is what a good defensive set gives you. It gives you an opportunity in your next possession to really try and apply some pressure.
Really build a set. Build in terms of field position and momentum. Get Mitchell Pearce on the back end of it with those pressure building kicks. And that cycle can often be 4 or 5 continuous sets of 6.
It's Cassiano. Here is Tyrone May. May to Mike McMeekin. Struggling to get to his feet. Stand up, says the referee. Pearce fires the pass to Samisoni Langi. Langi is driven into touch by good Leeds defence.
4 attackers Catalan Dragons had on a 10-metre sideline. The Rhinos defensively had it covered. They might not have had the numbers, but it almost seemed like they had too many bodies in not enough space, the Dragons.
They've got Leeds on the back foot at the start of the second half of the Catalan Dragons. They've come out.
They're living on the edge. And stop doing that.
And Leeds have got to dig deep to reassert their authority. Catalan players appealing for a knock on there. Somehow the ball ended up in the hands of Bentley from Jared O'Connor.
Yeah, it's attempted strip by Sam Cassiano. So tackle count restarts.
is Zane Tetovano now. Battling his way over that Leeds 40-metre line. Cameron Smith. Just over the halfway line, the Leeds Rhinos. The ball is picked up by Blake Austin. Hardacre confronted by McMeekin.
They're beginning to use the ball, stretch the defence. It was good hands, like you said, from Blake Austin.
Austin, though, under pressure, drills a kick downfield. It's a good kick considered.
Just nudge it over the sideline. And you can see from the body language of both sets of players, physically it's been intense. The pace and tempo of the game has been as high as it should be for a playoff game.
Do you know what, though? If you're a Catalans Dragons player and you see the Leeds Rhinos looking for touch, I think that's a really good sign. You take a lot of confidence from that. The Rhinos trying to get back into the lungs, set restart.
They need some territory, don't they, Wells?
Yeah.
They've spent, what, 10, 11 minutes down near their end of the field. It's energy sapping, lung busting.
Leeds, of course, going into this game without their points machine, Reece Martin, who kicked 36 in a row until he picked up that one-match ban for his tackle on Alex Mellor last time out, a ban that was increased to 2 because of what was seen as a frivolous appeal. Will that be one of the differences? Not so far. Hardacre's kicked everything that's come his way. Here is Samisoni Langi. Over 100 appearances now for the Catalan Dragons. Langi, McMeekin, Pearce kicks that ball into the corner. Briscoe claims it, and May is penalised.
That's an outstanding take from Tom Briscoe. Again they go short side. Again they go on that left side. Tom Briscoe has to get up, has to be brave. And then there's contact from Fuad Yaha in the air. He's nowhere near the ball, Fuad Yaha.
Yeah, look, at this level, that's naive, is that? From such an experienced winger, because that's a gimme. That's an extra half a second, and you can tackle somebody in the corner. Sam Cassiano's stint has done 12 minutes into the second period, and the Dragons lose a lot when he's off the field because he just got their feeling there. Last set in possession, they were starting to roll a bit, starting to rumble a bit again down the middle of that field.
Yeah, Cassiano getting a break and getting the plaudits of the Dragons fans behind that dugout. And Leeds will be glad to see the back of Big Sam. Here is Caesar. Urges Sam Walters onto the ball, just shy of the halfway line as Walters, the former Widnes Academy player, plays it. Here is Blake Austin now. Austin runs into the clutches of the Catalan Dragons defenders. 4 tackles gone there.
If anything, it's a little disjointed, isn't it, the Leeds Rhinos attack? There's not much link-up play. In fact, this is the best we've seen this.
Is Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe just managing to stay in the field of play. Faré trying to drag him into touch on the last, and Caesar with the kick. Tompkins in the corner underneath it, and Walters hounds him down.
Appeals for a high tackle. Sam Walters, one of the tallest men in the game. And you're right, Blake Austin, who wears the number 6 but plays like a 13. Cameron Smith wears effectively the 13. I know his squad number is 17, but he plays the role of a 6, so they can mix and match within the key players, the Rhinos.
Sometimes I feel that's to the detriment, though. They don't have a set first and second receiver. I know they like to play off the cuff. I know they like to play off quick rucks. I think Cruz Lehman, we're looking at that time of the game now, 54, 55 minutes, where that sort of craft from the base and
Come on.
and spark something for Leeds.
They seem like they're devoted of ideas at the moment.
And Hardacre makes sure that he doesn't make any odds. Similarly, you wonder when Arthur Morg is going to appear. Another player who can capitalise on a flagging defence. Myler claims that high kick. And Leeds have to come from deep once again. Tyndall is driven back.
It looks like it's hit a flat patch, the game, but it's not. It's just both sides going at it, just jabbing away. Cruz Lehman has entered the field for the Rhinos. There he is at the back of the play, the ball. That may well open the game up, and then in turn will Steve McNamara bring his little jack in the box, Artio Morgan.
Might wait a bit longer. Here is Caesar now. Bentley, Hardacre, Briscoe cutting back in field, Tom Briscoe, and Briscoe putting his foot down. That was forward, it looked into Cruz Leeming, certainly looked into the Catalan supporters, but Catalan get back to make the tackle. Caesar, Tetivano, Blake Austin fires the ball out wide. Leeds have got the numbers if they can use it momentarily, but the cover comes across. The tackle is made on Sutcliffe, 2 tries to his name already this evening. Austin, again a change of direction from him. Myler, little kick goes in.
Go on.
It's a good one.
Oh, you cheeky little French twat.
Scramble and get the ball safe.
That was so brave from Tompkins.
They're doing well at Leeds.
That was going to be a repeat set to Leeds.
The managed to get down there. All they've got to do now is just keep them back there.
Eventually, says the referee James Child.
A real let-off for the Catalan Dragons. I agree with you, by the way. Cruz Leeming was in front. He did it last week in the Castleford game. He was supporting the break and ended up being in front. There's never any time he could make that pass.
You've got to stop doing this. Agreeing with me. I'm finding it unsettling.
I disagree
3
with you
weeks in a
finding it
row.
unsettling. Is that okay?
Jared O'Connor's snaked a little high there, trying to get and bring Tom Davis to ground. And there's Davis again, once again, and unsurprisingly tops the meters for the Catalan Dragons into the 120s now.
This game really, really nicely poised now. Leeds just ahead. Catalan have certainly upped their game.
And there's a knock on. That's great defence. Not just the collision, but to catch.
Oh, that's going to be good.
The Catalan player back. Is it Gudemond? Slams him to the floor. And then he just loses control of the ball. Good.
Teach the French kids that they are French and they are shite.
James Bentley again, just having a couple of conversations there.
Now this, keep a close
So guys, keep putting your questions in the chat. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
from dummy half, from the base of the ruck from Cruz Leeming as the ball is played. It's just those little looks.
Looks like it's kicking off again.
Look at the eyes on Mickey Mac.
It's still going on.
Macalorum, he does not like him.
Sam Walters not shy about getting stuck in. 21 years of age, chipping in.
I do believe that at half-time there was a little communication.
Sounds like he doesn't. Sounds like he doesn't like one of the other players.
Speaking to the referee, trying to influence the way that he's refereeing this game.
Well, after all that, the heat is taken out a bit. And James Child has had his hands full this evening.
There's a lot at stake, Bill. Tempers are high. And you can see, watch here, Michael McAlorum doesn't like the rub on the head of Mikel Gudemond. And then conversations are ensuing.
Gil Judson's trying to persuade Michael McAlorum not to pursue James Bentley.
As you've mentioned, Michael McAlorum, born and bred in Leeds. As is James Bentley now playing for his hometown team.
But finally, scrum is Leeds', and they have the ball back, approaching the hour mark.
Score, please.
In terms of time on the field, there's another high shot. Bentley is on the end of it, and once more the players.
Did you see how he grabbed him around the neck and just dragged him down?
I think we'll find is Michael score.
Yeah, and do you know, I think we'll be watching this with interest. Reece Martin.
And look what's happening to him. He's not playing.
They mentioned was given a 1-match ban, increased to a 2-match ban. And as he takes the ball up here, Bentley, he comes in from outside. Well, it starts on the shoulder and ends up round the neck. He's got a decision to make. He might
Oh, how funny is that? Dylan Napper's the one who got him around the throat and dragged him down. Referee, you can have a look at that. Dylan Napper around the throat.
Picking up some rich language on the post-broadcaster's effects microphone.
You do not like. It sounds like you don't like Catalans.
This number of times.
Is that the tackles?
You know what? Do you know what I fear for at the moment? I just feel for the player's safety because it looks like Catalans are out to seriously injure someone.
Care or respect shown there is in the act of making a tackle.
Because if they're not careful, someone could have could seriously injure themselves the way that Catalans are playing. Way it down. Bye bye. Bye bye.
It started at the shoulder, ended up around the neck. And he probably, and I hate to see needless yellow cards.
Garcia's going to have to watch his step.
I hate to see needless yellow cards, but I feel for the good of the game, it just needs everybody to just take it down a level, and that might help it.
Ben Garcia, if he carries on like this, might be joining Michael McAlorum in the...
Do you mean that Garcia?
In the sin bin already tonight, the Catalan Dragons.
He is the captain.
Garcia!
He's allowed to communicate with the referee.
I bet you're the same as me because I'm fearing for the Leeds players because someone could get seriously hurt the way that Catalans are playing. I'm going to be surprised some of them has a neck injury after this or a leg injury.
He wasn't getting anywhere pleading with the referee. Well, it's a really, really crucial 10 minutes of the game now.
What Leeds have got to do now while he's off the pitch is basically try and get some points on the board.
Alongside Michael McAlorum, Sam Cassidy.
Take advantage while you're a man up.
And let's just remember when the Catalan Dragons lost Mitchell Pearce, the momentum the Rhinos got, it was quite costly for the Dragons in the end.
Wow, what a contest this is. Judson, Napa, Kudamon, Garcia venting their
Come on.
frustration on Sam Walters. What's the 21-year-old done to deserve that? Here is Bentley at the heart of everything and needling the Catalan side.
Come on.
The Dragons are fired up. They have got to be careful. There's still only 2 points in this game. Udemons with a tackle on Jared O'Connor. Is Caesar.
Yes. Fuck off, you can't.
He's been outstanding, Richie Myler, hasn't he? When he's interjected himself in the attacking line.
Because I thought, because he tried to pass it and I think he got blocked, I thought, stupid. Did one time to put the pass in there.
Where he thinks the ball is going to go far. He's trying to tackle Sutcliffe, and then there's just a desperate hand in from the defender.
Because who's refereeing tonight? James Charles is refereeing and video ref is Ben Faylor, and they both hate Leeds, so like you say, Leeds don't really
For the Catalan Dragons,
don't have much hope when there's two referees that don't like them, so there's really not a lot of hope.
run at the big men, scare them to death, expose that lateral movement that bigger fellas
Here we go.
struggle
Send them all off dirty twats. They're all same versus Fev in the Challenge Cup. Typical Rushy that is.
Go for a head assessment.
You would think that. You would think that.
Medical team for the Catalan Dragons.
He put in my chat. Send them all off dirty twats. There was the same versus Fev in the Challenge Cup.
Dodson does indeed leave the field.
And then he put 2 clowns, then effing Tories.
For Gil Dudson.
Garcia, I think, catches him.
How on earth had the Catalans player not been sent off?
Both Cassiano, Gil Dudson, and Josh Maguire, of course, going on.
With all the challenges that they've been doing, it's been a bit... Guys, hit the like button, don't forget to like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I would highly appreciate it, folks.
Well, Sam Walters is only just left school, I think, hasn't he? He's still young.
21 years of age. Dylan Napa been around a considerably lot longer in terms of playing experience. But Leeds looking for their first points of the second half. It was 12-4 when we resumed. Catalan have cut the deficit. Just that one try in the second half. Cruz leaving. Here is Jared O'Connor. Here is Cameron Smith. Smith tackled on that Catalan Dragons 10-metre line. Leeds looking to make the most of their numerical advantage. Here is Tetivano. Good work it was. Sam Tompkins. Mitchell Pearce. It was Tompkins down low.
He's out of position though, there's no fullback.
is Caesar.
Come on.
Austin steps in.
Come on.
Hardacre was hoping that the ball would keep travelling their way, I think, but Caesar was tackled. Austin was tackled. Caesar missed the kick, and he's claimed, and he's got his hat-trick. He's got his hat-trick.
We have silenced the French twats. They have silenced the French twats. Rule fucking Britannia. God save the fucking Queen. You ain't stopping us. We're bringing happiness back to this country in our time of need. And we're doing it with pride. Here we come. But at least they're going to give some happiness to the country by literally a British team actually winning. Away in France.
Of the kick and try that the Dragons scored at the other end of the field.
There we go. Hopefully the try is given, folks. Then all what I've just said would all be, it's basically what a dick movement.
The only way we're going to get any kind of confirmation of onside, offside here is something that includes Liam Sutcliffe in the shot. I think this may be difficult. Again, what is going to be crucial here is the on-field decision. There was nothing wrong with the take, nothing wrong with the put down.
Hopefully it's given. And don't forget, Ben Thaler is video referee, so there's more than likely he's not going to give it because they both don't like Leeds.
I think he's happy with the onside, offside.
And ironically, it is Dean Farre who is under this kick as it comes down. He claimed one earlier on. This time Sutcliffe has got above him and just delicately dots that ball down.
Well, said it was a crucial minute of defensive work and they got right to the very last play, but they didn't count on a beautifully executed kick from Caesar.
And it is, folks, it's a try. There we go, try, baby.
And Leeds make the most of the sin binning of Michael McAlorum to extend their lead.
And it is now 16-10 with a conversion to come.
Liam Sutcliffe has scored plenty of tries during his Leeds Rhinos career. I don't think he will have scored one as important and as pivotal as that one. Rhinos fans still nervous, still pensive, looking at their team. But they've got themselves 4, potentially 6 points on the scoreboard. Long way to go in this game.
Tom, our boss scout there, assistant coach for Steve McNamara, urging the team on. But 2 more points from Zach Hardacre is going to make the task all the more difficult for the Catalan Dragons. At the moment, they are facing a playoff exit.
And there he goes, he has got the extras. There we go. 18-10.
18 points to 10 ahead.
Well, strap in because this is going to be a really interesting last 17 minutes of the game. Looking down this Catalan team sheet, and there are players that we've just not mentioned enough from a Catalan point of view. Sam Tompkins we haven't mentioned enough, Mitchell Pearce we haven't mentioned enough, Tyrone May, and these are all the key players for them. In essence, the creative hub for...
Just got our fingers crossed, I know.
And they've been outplayed by their opposite numbers. I know that the combination between Austin and Caesar hasn't necessarily fired, but the...
Oh, here we go. Are you guys enjoying the stream? 60% says yes, 20% says no, and 20% says it could be better. How can I make it better? Oh, I bet you people are only I've only voted on it could be better because I've not added the actual game on, which I can't do because of copyright, and that's just people being spoiled and wanting me to get into trouble. Because that's the only way that I can make it better, but the only thing is I can't do it, so you got to settle for what you get. And whoever thinks this is rubbish, then go and look yourself in the mirror and think before you speak. And if you think it's rubbish, don't be here.
Is Austin.
Yeah, because it says he is. Yeah, but 67% said it's actually quite good what I'm doing, and 17% said it could be better. How the only way it could be better is, like people would say, if I add the actual footage of the game, but I can't do it because of copyright.
Tom Davis really sets the Dragons up well. Langy with the third player.
But hopefully we'll wait and see how the rest of this game goes.
Here's Langy. Catalan, after last season's grand final visit where they lost narrowly to St Helens, they made a pretty good start to this campaign, but they've never really managed to sustain any momentum. They won 5 games in a row.
65 minutes played, the Leeds 18, Catalans 10.
These were all sort of false dawns for them this season.
Which you would have thought that? 65 minutes gone.
Here is Tompkins, and yet there is still hope for them. They're going to try that Pierce far-right combination again.
Oh, nearly lost it there.
I beg your pardon by Davis, and Davis has given it to Sutcliffe, but they will go back, I think, for the knock-on. Whose knock-on was it?
It's a Leeds knock-on. Not sure who it was.
How has he managed to see that? What a git.
Tindo, I think, on the floor. It's gone through Sutcliffe's eyes backwards. It's Tindo on the floor who's knocked on. So an opportunity for the Dragons then. They may be down to 12 men, but boy, this is where they need to be. And you feel like they need to come away either with a repeat set, Barry, or some points here.
Hopefully.
Beats the scrum more.
Oh.
Then it goes to
Hopefully they
Tompkins,
don't.
and Leeds offside.
Oh, they're giving away another penalty for offside.
So
They're
Catalan
giving the penalty for offside.
the pressure here now. Is Seguer.
This referee does not like you.
Posts. Leeds with a big defensive set to come here. That ball is lost, and the referee.
Oh. Hey, have a Catalan shite.
Massive decision.
You had your opportunity and you've blown it.
Off the away side.
Well, look, there's one way where you don't make the referee make a decision, and that is if Sege keeps hold of the ball. He's taken to ground.
So guys, if you want to put your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new.
He's ripped it out. You can see his arm propel out. I think they're looking at the Leeds Rhinos.
So Catalan scored.
Both teams are playing well, but one team's just playing absolutely dirty, and one team's actually playing the game properly.
To work the ball away from deep in their own territory.
Because then, if it was me, I'll be going to the one player that's been doing my editing, and I'll be shushing right in front of him.
Setivano is gone as he plays the ball.
He doesn't like McAloran for some reason.
Here is Hardacre now.
Because them two have been at it all game.
You can hear the thumps of contact.
It's Jared O'Connor playing the ball, beg his pardon. That's the 5th tackle just inside their own half. Caesar's struggling to get
Thank you
to
very much.
his
What's
feet.
happened then? Not
Doing his best.
much. It is Leeds 18, Catalans 10.
And losing it. And the ball
Go on.
in the hands of Tim.
Go on. Oh, come on, you pink
Tackle, says the referee.
twit.
An opportunity this is for the Leeds Rhinos. The normally infallible Sam Tompkins losing that ball in the night sky.
Come on, you pink twits.
And Leeds on the attack. His Cruz leaming across the field he goes.
Why go across the field?
Blake Austin. Austin out wide.
Go on.
Hardacre.
Oh, you should have thrown it again.
McMeekin trying to steal the ball off him. It's eventually Langy who makes the tackle.
Or if they can't seem to,
Meters out, Leeds are. Still plenty
if they can't seem to get a try, why don't they just go and kick for 2 or go and kick the drop goal? And
desperate to redeem the situation.
Again, he's tackling in the defensive line, Sam Tompkins.
Leaming. Cameron Smith. The Catalan Dragons appealing for something, but Sutcliffe looking for 4 on the night. He's got a hat-trick already. He's tackled just shy of the line.
And there's another fighting back play again. Both players coming together. Sam Tompkins ends up on the floor. Over on the far right side, here's the tackle he makes.
Right.
Drags Pryor down.
You got the impression he was playing for this. He was playing. He did get a nudge here
From-
playing the ball, but that's played for by Tompkins.
Maybe.
Trying shortcuts now to possession. They've been trying to rip the ball or set. They needed to get the backs bent and get a clean set defence in there. Instead, they're trying for.
Oh, a guy.
He's a terrific player.
Wait, we got someone watching from. We got one guy watching from Chicago.
For his team. But that's not on. That's not what our game is about.
Hopefully we win. Hopefully, because you got Matt Lehman trying to cruise. Yeah. Just answering questions that people put. So I'm just. No, the guy went down like a sack of poo because he didn't even do the movement. He didn't even do the movement of the head to the person. It was Tompkins who did the movement to the player.
Discipline both sides. It's a bit late in the day for that.
He's been saying it for 65 minutes.
Well, so he's done nothing about it. He's.
Who'd be a referee?
So Tompkins has got away with that. I would have been Tompkins for that, for trying to get someone sent off.
For the Catalan Dragons, because they were really creaking defensively there.
There was an opportunity as Mile had drifted across. A gaping hole appeared.
How has Tompkins managed to get away with that?
He strolls in.
Well, Leeds still in possession. And here is Matt Pryor.
Drop goal in.
I'll say this now. I think if Leeds were to get another. Here we go. An actual question. And he goes, who would Leeds play if they win? No one knows yet.
Time is very much the Dragons' enemy at the moment. And they're not playing with cool heads, are they? They say play with a red heart and a blue head. I think they've got that the other way around.
Oh, it doesn't help that two players got in the way of each other.
Hot-headed Catalan. Look at your teeth in, but hot-headed Dragons side.
Oh no. James Bentley just go and wind him up.
And Leeds are penalised.
Cassiano
is up on his feet. And he
Another penalty to Leeds.
Exchanging pleasantries.
If I was Leeds need to start giving away penalties, and also you need to try and get one yourself and just kick a two. So if they do get a try, you're still in front. Because that can make all the difference. Just getting a 2-pointer.
Was not a prospect that many Leeds fans would have thought likely in the early stages of the season. But under Rowan Smith, things have...
Oh, he's been given the ball. Oh, why has it slipped? You could have kept on running. You could have kept on running.
Portrait Extreme ends up with the ball in his hands. The one thing I could guarantee, I would have bet my...
But try and get further down the field if you can, as much as you can.
Jared O'Connor, not surprisingly, a touch of cramp. I don't think he's had a breather, has he?
Yep, someone's got cramp.
Approaching 40 tackles. And worked tirelessly in this game. It's a good shift for the young man.
Rowan Smith looking at another impressive win if they can see this one out. 16 games in charge of Leeds have produced 11 wins for Rowan Smith. But this could be the most crucial so far if they can hold on here. It's not really holding on. Fifth tackle, Caesar.
Go on. Chase. Oh, you French gits.
Underneath it and collects it despite the challenge coming in from Sutcliffe.
Well, this is it. This is the season. In the next 8 minutes or so, we're going to...
So, I can actually answer your question. Who would Leeds play if they win? Leeds will be playing the team that has finished second.
Back in action. Gil Dodson motoring forward.
So Leeds will be playing whoever has finished second.
Well, Austin seems to have picked
So good luck, Leeds. You're going to need it against Wigan.
the ball reaches Tompkins.
When they got Jay Fields and Bevan French. we're all on fire.
Lost possession. It's gone backwards, says the referee. Cassiano picks it up, and Cassiano gets going.
So they're gonna need it.
Tackle. Sam Cassiano has picked up a bang, has he?
You're welcome. That's how we appreciate it.
Struggling to get to
73 minutes played. Still 18-10 in favour of Leeds.
Well, he's brushing players off as he goes into contact.
It's a good challenge.
The floor. Again, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Is he complaining about Leeming's piggyback?
He's complaining about anything and everything to get what he can.
Yeah, look, the arm's there, but it's over the shoulder. It's over the shoulder.
So keep adding the questions. Like, subscribe if you are new.
Blake Austin did the same thing 2 or 3 tackles previous.
If Leeds keep hanging on, they will do the job.
Just wait, mate, wait.
James Childs
Last tackle.
signalling last tackle,
Time on, last.
and Pearce.
Gil, you're off.
High kick from Pearce.
Get the ball first. Well done. That's good.
Seguier McMeekin following up to make the tackle, and Catalan have got to try and force the error now. They've got to try and get possession back. They've still got time to turn this round. Tom Briscoe.
Go 3.
Is Myler.
Okay, on 3.
Tyndall.
So is someone off?
4 tackles gone. Tyndall playing the ball. Leeming now. Here is Aidan Caesar.
Wow, that tells you where the rhinos are. All hands on deck.
Caesar and Dudson. Oh, Dudson.
Well, someone's just headbutted someone. Now, he's definitely got to go for that.
This has been...
And because it's James Child, he'll literally just let him get away with it.
Loss of discipline, self-discipline. And that's the latest example of it there. Gil Dudson has moved towards Aidan Caesar. Yeah, there's loads going on, but there's been loads going on in every tackle. And you know, the frustration...
The Catalans player's just gone in with the head on the Leeds Rhinos player, so if they're moving up the head to the player, means he should be off.
This is in the tackle. Tackle's been made. But have a look at the afters here. There's a little bit there from Aidan Caesar, but it's the next bit. It's this walk towards and that. And
you know, the one thing that we will say in this, we're just glad that the player that it happened to has not reacted to get him, for him to be in trouble. He's not reacted in that way. He just laughed it off.
They're a very frustrated bunch at the minute, the Dragons, aren't they?
Is he?
It's a red card.
Is he Welsh?
Ending for Gil Dudson and the Catalan Dragons. His association with...
Oh, they ain't Welsh. And Catalans folks are down a man. Sent off. That could be them. Good night.
No choice.
Goals Dudson sent off for a headbutt.
Walks forward. Well, I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a headbutt. But it can't fire off. No, you can't do it, can you? No.
So that...
As he comes rush, he said, I would chin him.
Shabby night for the Catalan Dragons, you've got to say.
I'll tell you, and a resilient, brilliant night for the Leeds Dragons.
Why would...
A display full of grit.
That Dale said you wouldn't be able to chin a fly.
And you know, a resurgent Leeds. These two teams have crossed each other. The Catalan Dragons on the way down steadily, and the Leeds Rhinos on the way up in double quick time.
Pearce and McAlorum in the sin bin. Dudson sent off. And Leeds...
I can't believe you said that he couldn't chin a fly.
Got a great opportunity. Their opponents have only got 12 players on the field.
Flies are that small, no one could do that.
The Catalan Dragons as Cameron Smith plays the ball, leaning to Caesar, Caesar to Myler.
Could it be game over? Oh, you absolute donkey! Get it out of play.
Just to get the ball back in field to Archie Morg.
Well, that was the player they wanted the ball.
Ah!
Hands on initially. There's Archie Morg.
That was high from Bentley on Archie Morg.
And in this game for Leeds, the mental player on their team is called Bentley. The guy just is mental and needs to go into a mental asylum.
Experienced player there. He's right on the edge, Mitchell Pearce.
I love that.
Well, this is look, as it stands, it's the end of the Catalans Dragons season. They don't get to progress to the semi-finals next
Way.
season. Referee wasn't having it, as has been the case, James Chard rightly said, all season.
We just saw a shot, didn't we, of Eamon O'Carroll and Steve McNamara. They know that the side has been well beaten tonight. The Leeds Rhinos.
He's gonna be mean to you. Have you just seen it?
His players.
Oh my god. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. You don't go and wish that on people.
Here's Tyrone May. Here is Pearce. Pearce to Tompkins. Tompkins and Fuad Yaha couldn't take the pass.
Way! Have I your French git?
Sigh of relief. And they'll take their time here. This has been some performance from.
Oh, Britannia! Britannia!
Collectively, they have been outstanding, haven't they? But there's been one or two top performers, and probably for me, right.
Oh, can't wait to see what the next message is gonna be. It's gonna be hilarious.
With all manner of traffic running at him. He's got different facets to his game.
Oh, I haven't seen it. You put Russia, you couldn't chin a fly, you melt. And he's gone to his bullets. Oh, and then he goes,
Against the fourth place side at Wigan, 8-0.
he says, effing super grass.
They're repeating it again this year. They've won the thing from fifth before. Pearce and Caesar tangling, but the referee is going to bring him back, and Pearce is.
Oh. Oh. Retire, retire all the way.
It's not from Mitchell Pearce, it was Sam Castellano, we think.
Oh, he's gone. Another one has gone in the sin bin. Mitchell Pearce, who should have been gone ages ago.
2 or 3 seasons ago, they just sat on the wrong side.
And Catalans Dragons can't accept losing, so they all decided to play like dirty twats.
It's frustration boiling over once again.
Everybody will go home slightly frustrated with the way that the team has played. Look, did you see the body language on Rowan Smith? Both arms out saying, calm down, take the two.
Well, it's been an ill-tempered, fractious evening, hasn't it, in the south of France?
Hold! Get some more points on the board and end it there, and there.
Mitchell Pearce sin-binned twice. Michael McAlorum sin-binned.
Yep, he's going for it. They're going for the 2-pointer to literally end it there and then. No. Oh, and it's the one play you said you wish wasn't kicking. Sutcliffe is kicking.
And Leeds continuing their great run of form. It'll be 8 wins in the last 9 going into this one, and avenging their defeats.
Oh, that guy is kicking. He looks like are you going to be able to go 3? Are you going to go 4 from 4?
This evening, as John and Barry said, a bruising and at times. Well, most
And this is to send you into the semi-final. Oh, you're already there. But to make it more satisfying.
They scored the points.
Hopefully we can get it over the line.
Were presented to them.
Oh, hey! Have that, you French git.
2 more points.
Have that, you French git. It's game over. Good night, Vienna. Viva! Viva the Brit! Come on, viva la shite! Because it looks like Rule Britannia's come to France and did you a new one.
With the Rhinos is that how they were able to keep, relatively speaking, there's a couple of individual exceptions there, but relatively speaking, how they managed to not dive down the same rabbit hole that the Catalans Dragons did.
Oh my god! how much added time usually? Literally until the ball goes dead after 80 minutes.
Here with a try against his former club. He can afford to smile as he gets to his feet. The final few seconds of the first half here. Here is Tom Briscoe and his Leeds.
Oh, Britannia! Britannia all the way!
Survivor of the 2017 grand final win against the Castleford Tigers.
There it is, folks! Full time! Catalans Dragons 10, Leeds Rhino 20, Rule Britannia! We've done it for Queen and Country, and the country's not in a very good mood at the moment, but we brought some happiness back. And out of that. So guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell, don't forget to get the post. I don't know when I'm doing another live watch along. I don't know when. It might be Tuesday for our game against, or Wednesday, or whatever day it is against Salzburg. If that actually goes ahead, I don't know. But apart from that, we'll wait and see.